All right, what's up, guys? Jared with Bitumio here. Today I'm going to show you how to create a proposal for asphalt maintenance type products. So this is going to be your seal coats, it could be your slurry, your mastic, your crack fill, etc. If you haven't, check out our other videos about creating products, about creating additional costs, equipment, crews, all of those, because that is what's going to go into this proposal and help you generate that. Whenever you create an account, we preload some of these things for you so you can jump right in and create a proposal. But if you need more information on that, check out our other videos. So here we are. We're in our proposal tab. We're going to click on create a proposal. We're going to select one of our test companies here. We're going to say this came from a website request. Now we're jumping into this proposal. So here we have the concept of locations or stages or options. Okay, so a stage can be different locations where you're doing work. It could be different options. So if somebody said, I want to see proposal for Crackseal, Sealcoat, and striping for this parking lot versus just crack fill. Then you can create two different stages, show them here, this is the price for all three products, this is the price for just one. And so then they can pick and choose. So stages are just a concept of how to break up your proposal. If you have multiple locations, say parking lot A and parking lot B, you can do both of those locations in the same stage. For this, I'm going to do just parking lot. Here we're going to define the job area. This is a church building that's really big and open and easy to use. So we are going to map out. Sorry, I got my camera in the way here. There we go. So we've got, that is our job area. And now what's nice about this that I'll show you is, let's say we're doing this for a crack fill, seal coat, and striping product. So first we're going to select crack fill. We'll use this Deary PLS product. Now I've got a couple options in here. I can come in here and enter how many linear feet I have, or I can click this measure on map. And now because I've defined this job area, it zooms me in, it recognizes that and puts me right into the place. So this is where we select all of our lines. You can do this. If you're standing on site, you can mark all of your transverse and lateral lines there using an iPad or a phone. Or if you carry your computer around in your truck, that's cool too. But here we're just going to mark all of these lines, however they are. Say we have quite a few lengthwise lines. Okay, so now we have all of our lines here for a total linear footage of 1,781 feet. So that's the sum of these three numbers. Okay, save that. That number gets populated right into here in the job size now. And now because we've created the product, we've defined what our completion rate is, we've defined the size of cracks that we have, the type of product that we're using, the crew that's needed, etc., right? We just ran all of those calculations for you. So based on your desired profit margin, based on your crew being able to do 1,000 linear feet per day, these are your average crack width, crack depth, your overband width, etc. So you've defined all of this in the product. We've pulled this information in from the product into this proposal. You can edit these if you know that these cracks are going to be a little bit bigger, right? Let's say these average 1 inch widths, right? So now we're going to take that new 1 inch and we're going to recalculate material usage, production rate, etc. So based on your crew's production rate and the type of material you selected, we know that we need about 25 blocks. Those blocks are going to cover about 73 linear feet per block based on these settings up here, the size of crack. It's going to take about 17 hours because we said that our crew can do 1,000 linear feet per day, and this job is 1,700 linear feet. So if you just take simple math, right? And so it's going to be about 2 days worth of work. We know that this is the address of the job. We type that in at the beginning, right? In the organization settings, if you haven't watched that video, check that out. But in the organization settings, we know the address to your yard or your shop, okay? And so we know what the round trip travel time is between where you're dispatching your crews from your shop to the job. So we use Google Maps to calculate that. So because you've set this up, because we have all of this at 24 blocks, $22 a block, which is a setting at the product level, right? We've got $534. At the product, you defined which pieces of equipment or machinery you're going to need every time you roll up to one of these jobs. So Crackseal machine, we've got travel time, stage time. So we've got all of our equipment costs, your defined rates. This also takes into account utilization rate. So if you say, I only use this piece of equipment 30% of the time on the job, then we're only going to use 30% of the stage time to multiply that and calculate that into your equipment cost. We said that we need this crew at this rate. This is their travel time to and from, round trip. This is your stage time, so you've got your crew cost. We've taken the image that we drew in the map, and so here's all of the lines that we drew on the map, and we've generated that image and attached it to the proposal. You can delete this if you want to take it out or add more pictures to it if you want. And so now all I've done is drawn some lines on a map, or I've punched in a number into the job measurement size. And because of that, and because you've created your product and defined it however you want, right? We now have calculated your material cost, your equipment cost that you've defined that should be used every time. You can add additional pieces of equipment if you want. And we've calculated your labor cost with travel time. And so here, this is our Crackseal budget based on profit margins, overhead percentages, direct costs, etc. Okay, so now we can collapse this. Let's add another product. So now we've done our Crackseal. Now we're going to move on to our Sealcoat product. So same thing here. I can just punch this in, or I can use our map measurement tool. You can zoom in, you can get very specific how you want to do this, right? I'm going to do a little bit of a faster measurement here for example purposes. I think most everybody has used a measurement tool like this before. So here is our measured area. If I wanted to click in here and say this is PMM at 50 mils, 1 day. Then here I've got PMM 50 mils 1 day, right? We can add a marker, say something like, let's name this really dirty area, need cleaning, right? I realize you're cleaning everything, but suffice it to say, we can pull this off to the side and we've got this tab that marks it. So now we've got our area, okay? That's 45,696 square feet. Now we can save. That number gets populated right into there, just like with the Crackseal. And now again, we're going to start running all of these calculations for you. So we've defined that we can do 175,000 square feet per day. This might be a little bit different when you're doing a parking lot versus a street. So I'm going to bump this down. Let's say this is 100,000. So I can change my production rate directly within the proposal. This is going at 70 mils for this product. I put in that note on the map 50 mils, so I'm going to change this to 50 mils. Here's our statement of work. If we had something custom that we wanted to say about this product within the proposal itself. So now at this production rate, at this size of job with a 50 mil application rate, we're going to need 1,428 gallons at a 32 square feet per gallon coverage rate. This job should take about 4.5 hours, half a day. Again, our round trip travel time hasn't changed. So at 1,428 gallons, here's our material cost. These are the pieces of equipment that we've defined at the product that we need every time we roll out to a seal coat job. So we've got our equipment cost. Our seal coat crew is going to go out there and bust this out. This is generating that map file for us. It'll be there in just a minute. So again, all I've done is drawn a box, labeled some things on a map. And now, because we have our product set up, our crew set up, our equipment set up, it's very quick for us to add these products to a proposal, maybe edit some custom fields like production rates or application rates, crack sizes, etc. And these get automatically calculated for us. So now, once we get to this part and we want to review it, we can review the proposal here, see how it looks. We can add additional recipients. This is the main contact, the email for the main contact that we selected. We're going to add additional recipients like Jared at Bitumio. We have the option of selecting from our full proposal, which has all of the lingo in it from the proposal settings that you define. You know, we do great work. We're the top job. We're the best company in the world, right? Yada, yada. All of those sales lingo that you want to include in your proposal, that gets added. Versus the simple is more of a table structure with terms and conditions and a signature block. So a summarized version of it. So here's that image that we generated. Here's the really dirty area, PMM 50 mils. This is that measurement that we did. And now all that's left is descended. You can add additional products, add additional stages, right? But suffice it to say, this is a really easy way for us to generate a proposal. We didn't talk about this summary very much. This is the total of the proposal together, 15,000. You've got your direct cost, which is material cost, labor cost, equipment cost, your overhead costs based on how you define what margins you defined within the product settings. Same with indirect costs. And then your total costs and profit. This is your profit margin. So hope this was helpful. Hope you enjoyed it. Reach out to us, info@bitumio.com if you have any questions. Thanks, guys.